YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the video. Hope you're doing absolutely amazing. In this video, we are going to be covering my top 10 list of weight loss foods. So I'm gonna give you top 10 in no particular order other than the last one, because I think the last one is going to surprise you a bit. So the last one is there for a reason. I'm also going to give you 5 bonus extra ones because I can't just stick to 15. But these are kind of like, they don't really make the list, but they are still super beneficial and super helpful for you. Now, before I dive into the actual list, I'm just going to list them piece by piece, and I'm going to give you the reasons behind why they are on this list. But to be very clear, none of these foods are going to help you lose weight. And let me make this clear. The only way you are going to lose weight is through eating in an overall calorie deficit. None of these foods are fat-burning foods. None of these foods are going to magically boost your metabolism and have you start losing 10 pounds of body fat a week like what other influencers might tell you. None of these foods are special. They're just going to help you stay in that calorie deficit. It will make it easier for you to stay in that calorie deficit, which means if you are able to be in your calorie deficit more consistently, well, that means you're probably going to lose weight more consistently and more efficiently, because again, weight loss can be hard sometimes. So these foods are going to help optimize your calorie deficit. And so let's dive right into the first one on this list. And again, in no particular order other than the last one. So number 1, we got strawberries. And you're probably thinking, strawberries are sugar, strawberries are fruit. Oh my God, what are you talking about? Remember, calorie deficit. That's how you're gonna lose body fat, right? One of the things you can do to kind of hack and optimize your calorie deficit is eating higher volume foods that are lower in calories. Basically what this means is think of, for example, think of one candy bar, right? You eat one candy bar, let's say that's 300 calories, right? It's probably about at least 300 calories. Let's say one candy bar, 300 calories. Now, literally imagine, think about one candy bar in your stomach, right? As big as your stomach is, you have one candy bar sitting at the bottom of your stomach. That's it, right? There's not much else. Now, let's go to strawberries, for example. A whole pound of strawberries is roughly about 150 calories. A whole pound of strawberries, right? So when I say higher volume foods, this means you can eat more of the food without necessarily eating more calories. So again, let's take that Snickers bar, for example. You have a 300 calorie Snickers bar sitting in your stomach versus a whole pound of strawberries sitting in your stomach. The Snickers bar is 300 calories. The pound of strawberries is roughly 150 calories. What do you think is going to be more optimal, more beneficial for you to be more full, literally because your stomach is more full. There's more food content in your stomach, which means you are going to be more full. If you're more full for less calories, this means you are going to stick to and optimize your calorie deficit more efficiently. So there's gonna be a few foods on this list that are higher volume, lower calorie foods, but that is why strawberries can be such a great tool for you. And again, you can, they taste I think they taste damn good. You can eat a ton of them. You can mix it in with, who knows, Greek yogurt, or you can do it just by itself. You can do it with whipped cream. You can do it with oatmeal, whatever the case may be. They're very versatile, so you can eat them throughout the day. They can help you low calorie, high volume, fill you up, help you stick to your calorie deficit. So strawberries, number 1. Now, number 2, for a very similar reason, watermelon. Again, for a whole pound of watermelon, once again, roughly 150 calories. A whole pound. That is a lot of food. Compared to, let's take 3 Oreos, for example. You have 3 Oreos stacked up. Those are probably at least like 300 calories once again. So just literally think about 3 Oreos in your stomach versus a whole pound of watermelon. This is going to help you fill yourself up for lower calories. which is going to help you stick to your calorie deficit, which is going to help you lose weight. That's why strawberries and watermelon are great choices for losing weight, because not because they're fat burning, not because they're going to boost your metabolism, but just because you're going to help yourself stick to those lower calorie options that much more. And by the way, like, I love strawberries and watermelon, and so like those are honestly a treat for me. So you can have things like that that can be almost like your pseudo quote unquote treat, which we'll talk about here in a second later. But you can have those foods as somewhat of like a thing you enjoy, which is lower in calories. And no, fruit does not make you fat. I don't care what anybody tells you, okay? Now, moving right along to number 3 is going to be oatmeal. And I want to make this distinction. When I say oatmeal, I'm talking about the oatmeal that is like the Quaker's Oats, that is like the old-fashioned, like low sugar. I know there's tons of oatmeal out there that are higher in sugar, which, listen, and by the way, like, those are totally fine too. I don't want you to overcomplicate it, but the reason I want to make this distinction is because that oatmeal, that plain, regular, old-fashioned oatmeal, you put in the microwave for 1 minute and 30 seconds, low in sugar, high in fiber, and it's just like incredibly, incredibly filling. Like, I don't know anybody, myself included, who has that kind of oatmeal. And again, maybe you mix it in with strawberries, or maybe you mix it in with watermelon. I do that all the time. But I don't know many people who have that oatmeal. Again, not the one with sugar, because sometimes for some people, I've seen just coaching real people, sometimes that doesn't help fill people up as much because of the sugar content. And so for me, getting the plain old-fashioned Quaker Oats, again, you put it in the microwave for like 1.5 minutes, super simple, by the way, super easy, again, which helps you, stick to healthier, quote unquote, healthier food choices more, which is gonna help you stay in your calorie deficit. So, that's another reason why oatmeal is great. But oatmeal is just super filling. Like I said, high in fiber and super filling. Like, it's almost like it'll stick to your bones the way it makes you full. Like, I would always have that before I went to bed because I never wanted to be hungry before I went to bed. And so for me, having oatmeal before I go to bed, or if I know, like, for example, I'm gonna go without food for an extended period of time, whether it's like traveling, whatever the case may be, I'm always getting that oatmeal and loading up on it because I know it's gonna keep me full as hell. And actually, it's funny because for myself and for clients of mine who we are looking to gain weight sometimes, I tell them, hey, don't eat that much oatmeal because it's going to keep you full. And if it keeps you full, you can't eat that many calories. And so that's why it's a great thing for weight loss, though, is because it's going to help keep you full. It's going to help keep you satiated and satisfied throughout the day, which, again, if you're more full and you're less hungry, you're probably going to eat less calories throughout the day. If you eat less calories throughout the day, you are going to stick to your calorie deficit. And so that's why oatmeal can be so massively beneficial. And again, all 3 of these things have been carbs thus far, by the way, which I didn't really plan to, but that's funny that it turned out like that. But oatmeal is not bad for you. You can have carbs, you can have fruit, you can have those things and still lose weight. And again, this is actually going to help you lose weight because it's going to keep you more full. So don't be afraid of oatmeal, please. Now, number 4 is going to be the old-fashioned chicken breast. And listen, I know it's very like bodybuilder. I know it's very like plain fitness person, like chicken breast and rice, broccoli, whatever. Listen, there's a reason chicken breasts are included in a lot of quote unquote diets, and that's just because they're a super lean source of protein. Like, that's the bottom line. And you can also, they're very versatile, which, okay, first and foremost, protein in and of itself. I've talked about protein ad nauseum. You can feel free to check out some of the videos on my channel, but basically protein is going to go do 3 main things. Protein is going to help keep you full. Protein is going to help increase your metabolism, protein, this actually will increase your metabolism because it increases your thermic effect of food, which just means how many calories your body has to burn to digest the food you are eating. Protein has the highest thermic effect of food, so you'll actually burn more calories just by eating protein. And protein is the only macronutrient that helps you build and retain lean muscle mass. And so for those 3 reasons, protein is massively beneficial for weight loss. But chicken breast in and of itself, again, super lean for like 112 grams of a chicken breast, which, by the way, you should be weighing your food in grams. 112 grams of a chicken breast is roughly 20-ish grams of protein. And so having that with like next to no fat, next to no carbs, is a very lean source of protein. So once again, you're having a lower calorie option very high protein, help keep you full, help, boost your metabolism, do all those things for you. And it doesn't have to be boring. Like, listen, I'm actually pretty boring, so like I just kind of put mine in the air fryer and like just it is what it is. But you can put it in the air fryer, you can shred it up and put it in the pressure cooker, you can cook it on the pan, you can cook it on the grill, you can bake it in the oven. You can do different things to it. You can cut it up and do it in little bites. I used to do that when I was younger. There's so many things you can. It doesn't have to be boring. Again, if you like boring, I like boring. So if you like boring, like go at it. But you can use different seasonings. You can cook it. 1 week you can grill it, 1 week air fry it, 1 week bake it, and just repeat that cycle every 3 weeks to just kind of keep things kind of fresh and new. But chicken breast by far, because it's such a lean source of protein for not that many calories, and it's going to help fill you up, which again helps you stick to your calorie deficit. Next one is going to be spinach / just eating one big ass salad per day. Again, I don't want you to overcomplicate this. I am trying to give you specifics that can help you. But again, like I wrote spinach here because for like 2 cups of spinach, like 2 fucking cups of spinach, it's like 20 calories. Like it's next to nothing. And so you can eat a ton of that. Fill your stomach up for 60 calories. I mean, 6 cups of spinach. Like, do you realize how much food that is for next to no calories, which again is going to help fill your stomach up, which can help you eat less calories throughout the day. So spinach / just overall eating one big ass salad per day. Don't overcomplicate it. Get a big bowl. Put a shit ton of green things in there. You can put lettuce, you can put spinach, you can put peppers, you can put carrots, like put things in there. Be mindful of what you put in there. Like don't just put, 10,000 almonds because you're just gonna be eating 10,000 calories of fat. Like be mindful, but don't overthink to the point where it's like, Eric, what do I put in my big ass salad? Listen, just get a fucking big fucking bowl, put some vegetables in there and eat it. It's probably better than what you're doing right now. So do that every single day. Throw some chicken breast on there, throw some protein on there. And have one of those per day. Again, reason being, just super low calorie for super high filling foods. 3 out of these 5 foods thus far have been lower calorie, actually probably 4. Oatmeal is not high in calories either. Either way, most of these foods thus far have been lower calorie, higher volume foods, and that is a massive key when it comes to weight loss foods. Number 6 is gonna be Greek yogurt, and just an awesome source of protein. Number 1. Awesome source of protein, very quick and very easy source of protein. So, it's 2021 as I'm recording this video, and most people in the world are very busy and they have a bunch of things going on and they don't have time to cook breakfast or do whatever the case may be. Like a quick protein snack, Greek yogurt, man. Super simple, high in protein. Again, you can throw watermelon inside there, you can throw strawberries inside there, you can do like peanut butter powder inside there, you can put protein powder inside there, like you can do a bunch of things to kind of like spice it up. But I mean, just those little like, what are they, like the Oikos Greek yogurts, so they're like 15 grams of protein for like 100 calories or like 80 calories, like phenomenal source of very lean source of protein. And again, just can help you be consistent with your protein intake, which again, as we already learned, protein intake is massively important for losing weight. And so Greek yogurt, just a super simple, super quick, super easy way to get that protein in, help fill yourself up for relatively lower calories as well. So Greek yogurt, one of my faves, honestly. Next one, I almost think of it as like the Greek yogurt's like sidekick or like stepbrother or something. Cottage cheese. Once again, just super high protein, relatively lower in calories, very quick, very easy, portable. You can just grab it and go. Cottage cheese. I used to do cottage cheese all the time because I used to do it at night because it's a slower digesting protein. You can really do it throughout the day because it's not like it's going to be beneficial anytime, but especially like I used to do it before bedtime because throughout the night, I wanted that kind of like protein, kind of almost like drip, so quote unquote, so to speak, throughout the night because it's a slower digesting protein that's inside there. And so if you eat it before you go to bed, like you'll kind of have like that digesting protein throughout the night, help keep you full, help facilitate muscle recovery, protein synthesis, so on and so forth. And again, one more time, you can put strawberries in there, you can put watermelon in there, you can put your favorite fruit, you can put tons of things in there, you can mix it up. I've even seen some people use it as like either salad dressing or they put it like for example on top of their toast or something. And so things like that, you can kind of be creative with it as well. I'm gonna be very honest with you, I'm not the most creative person, so I might not be the best person to ask about that, but I have a few tricks here and there. So next up is gonna be potatoes. And whether you do sweet potatoes or regular white potatoes. Either way, totally fine. And this is gonna help for a few reasons. And let me make myself clear. I don't mean doing the potato and then doing the butter and then doing the salt and then doing the sugar. Like, there's a line here, right? Because a potato in and of itself is one of the most satiating foods you will ever find. Tell me somebody who ate a plain potato, again, not with the added butter and the sugar and the cinnamon sugar, which is great on sweet potatoes, and all that added extra stuff. It's like a plain, regular potato who wasn't incredibly full after they ate it. And I don't want to say don't add the extra stuff, but it's a fundamental difference eating a plain sweet potato or a plain regular potato. And again, you can throw some things on there, but if you just douse it with butter, douse it with cinnamon sugar, like that combination of fat, carbs, and sugar, that combination right there is, and salt, those things are going to, it's like a freaking orgasm in your mouth, for lack of better terms. It literally like tells your brain to keep eating. There was actually a, I think it was, they were doing something where this guy was eating like 10,000 calories of ice cream, and he got like almost to the end, and he asked for some French fries, and they were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Like French fries? Like what the hell?" And he was like, "Well, the butter and the carb and the salt make him more hungry, because that's literally what it does, right?" So he was like, "I need some French fries," ate some French fries, and he was able to finish eating the massive amount of ice cream he was eating. But either way, it goes to show that there's a difference and there's a line here. Like, you can add some things on your potatoes, but don't just douse it, because then you're just defeating the purpose, basically. Like, you're making a food that should be very satiating, and you're turning it into a food that is going to actually cause you to eat more, right? And so just be conscious of what you put on it. You know, do it in moderation. Don't douse it with butter. Don't douse it with cinnamon sugar. Don't douse it with salt. Like, that's just going to fuel the fire of you eating that much more. Potatoes in and of itself are incredibly satiating, and you know, just be mindful and moderate if and when you're going to add things to it. But again, both those options are great. And you know, listen, sweet potatoes or regular potatoes, they're both fine. So don't once again, don't overcomplicate it. Whichever one you like, have it. But those things can be very helpful for you. Number 9 is going to be sea rice, which is cauliflower rice. And again, going back to the point I've been belaboring thus far, low calorie, high volume. You can get so much cauliflower rice. You know, you can get literally tons of cauliflower rice for, you know, 60 calories, 80 calories, very low calories, very filling, a great way to, and again, not to say that regular rice is bad, because I mean, listen, I eat regular rice, white rice 5 times a day, and so it's most certainly not bad. But again, if you are looking to be conscious of your overall calorie intake, cauliflower rice can be a great way to kind of like substitute here and there. Again, not to say you can't have regular rice, but cauliflower rice is a great way to get that lower calorie option for still very, very, very high food volume, which again is going to help fill you up, stick to your calorie deficit for the lower calories, so on and so forth. And last but not least, we have the last one, which I said was probably going to surprise you. Foods you enjoy. Listen, you know, weight loss foods, we just talked about 9 right here thus far. We're going to talk about 5 more here in a second, but we've covered 9 here thus far. And yeah, they're all going to help you lower calories, fill you up, all those great things. But unless you are able to include the foods you enjoy in moderation, there's no point, because it's not going to be sustainable. That's why you see so many people lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, because they try to cut out all of the foods you enjoy. I talked about ice cream in that thing earlier. If you enjoy ice cream, like, find a way to work it in. Like, it's totally fine. You can have ice cream. It's not a bad thing. If you enjoy French fries, if you enjoy a potato with butter and whatever it is, like, find ways to work it in. It's not to say you can't have foods you enjoy, and these aren't the only foods you can eat. You actually should, and in my opinion, you have to include foods you enjoy during your calorie deficit phase, because if not, it's not going to be sustainable, and if not, you're not going to you're not going to be able to stick to it long term, not just 3 months, not just 2 weeks, long term, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. You have to be able to include foods you enjoy in moderation, which, you know, that is the whole principle of what flexible dieting is, what the 80-20 rule is, and I've done videos on those here on my YouTube channel, so feel free to go check those out. But definitely be able to work in foods you enjoy into your daily, weekly, whatever allotment, and gonna make it much more sustainable and much more enjoyable for you. Because like, who wants to live a life where they don't include foods they enjoy? It just sounds no fun. Now, we're gonna talk about 5 bonus ones that I wanna throw in here for you as well. The first one isn't technically a food, but protein shakes. Protein powders, protein shakes. I think it's a massive thing to invest in, and they're normally not that expensive, but it's just such an easy way to get extra protein. Again, we talked earlier about how protein is very important for overall weight loss, and so having protein shakes, super quick, super simple, portable, effective, efficient, just a great way to get in extra protein. Again, when people are super busy, if you don't have time to cook dinner, you don't have time to cook breakfast, you don't have time to get a snack in, protein shakes are literally just a way to get more protein. Anybody can take them. I wrote an entire article on protein shakes, so I'll link that here below. I talk about my most favorite ones as well. So again, if you want to, feel free to check out that article. But protein shakes are a great way to just simply get in extra protein. Think of it as just like eating a chicken breast, right? It's just like eating a chicken. It's eating a chicken breast, but it's just like drinking a chicken breast, which I don't recommend you do that. I've done it once before and it was god awful. So please don't do that. But protein shakes are a great way to get in some extra protein, and again, can help you lose weight as well. Second one is going to be rotisserie chicken. I only have a rotisserie chicken once a week. On Tuesday nights, I have a rotisserie chicken. Super simple. I don't have to cook it. I don't have to do anything with it. I just cut it up and it's good to go. Super high protein, very lean. Again, you don't have to cook it. You just buy it from the store, bring it home. It's already hot. Don't even have to heat it up, and you just have it, man. Again, most people struggle with getting in protein because protein isn't necessarily easily accessible. That's why I included things on this list like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, so on and so forth. Some people have a hard time getting enough protein. So a rotisserie chicken, if you're out and about or if you don't have time to cook, like stop off at the grocery store, get a rotisserie chicken, like work it into the dinner, like be good to go. So rotisserie chicken, by far one of my most favorite portable, quick, easy protein sources, which again, as we know, protein is going to help you lose weight. Number 3 is going to be eggs, and I'm on a protein kick here, obviously. But also, so protein, again, so eggs are a great source of protein, for sure. Eggs/egg whites. But honestly, I would say a mixture of both, eggs and egg whites. And again, whole eggs are not bad. The fat is not bad. The cholesterol is not bad. They are totally fine. And also, the healthy fats from the eggs can actually, again, help you lose weight because it's going to help fill you up. Like I've seen a lot of times people, like if they only eat egg whites, they're fucking hungry an hour or two later. It's like, yeah, there's no nutrients in those egg whites. The only thing in the egg whites is protein, right? So there's no nutrients, there's no biotin, there's no choline, like there's nothing. Whereas the egg yolk will provide all those things for you as well, and like all those nutrients inside them, all the micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, so on and so forth, can help keep you full and satisfied as well, which again can help you stick to your calorie deficit that much better. And so when talking about optimizing your calorie deficit, I think a mixture of whole eggs and egg whites. Let's say, for example, if you're having breakfast, have 2 whole eggs and have 4 egg whites. That way you're getting those nutrients, you're getting healthy fats, but you're also getting the extra added on top protein without necessarily the extra calories, because 6 whole eggs is going to start to add up in calories, whereas 2 whole eggs and 4 egg whites, you're getting both benefits. You're getting protein, you're getting the micronutrients, vitamins, minerals without shooting calories through the roof, and again, going to help you stick to your overall calorie deficit for all those reasons we just. Number 4 is going to be bananas, and for 2 reasons. Number 1, just a super quick source of fruit, going to have some fiber, also going to have some potassium, which is going to help with your overall hydration, which if you are dehydrated, that can sometimes turn into what you think might be hunger, because if you're dehydrated, your body wants something, and when your body wants something, you might think you're hungry, so you go eat more. So if you can have bananas, number 1, they're just a super quick source of just a fruit, which again, fruit is good for you, don't worry. Quick source of fruit, grab it and go. Good source of fiber and good source of potassium. So again, fiber is going to help you stay full as well. So great source of just overall fruit for weight loss. And last but not least, rice cakes. Number 1, I personally love rice cakes, but I think they're super They're one of the most underrated foods ever. They are super low calories. They're like, I think for each rice cake, anywhere from 50 to 70 calories. So, you can have 3 or 4 rice cakes and that's gonna help fill you up. And again, they're versatile to where you can put some, I don't know, nut butter on top. You can put some, I've done this before, and my clients have done this before. Put some Greek yogurt on top, put some cottage cheese on top, put some watermelon, strawberries on top, put some Greek yogurt and watermelon on top. Mix Greek yogurt with protein powder, mix up together, put it on top of the rice cake. Like, just a super quick, easy, and simple snack. Very good digestion as well. So again, when you talk about losing weight, like if you have poor digestion nonstop, that's not going to quote unquote necessarily hinder weight loss, but it can hinder weight loss because your stomach's always upset, you don't feel good, you have low energy, you'll get more cravings. Like, it can make weight loss harder. And so foods that are easier to digest can also help you as well, which rice cakes are super easy to digest. And again, just super quick, super simple. Doesn't take a lot of thought processing, doesn't take a lot of cooking, doesn't take a lot of time management. Like, pull it out of the pantry, get some rice cakes together, do what you want with them, and you can rock it out. And so, guys, that is the list here of essentially top 15 weight loss foods. I hope you enjoyed it. If I left something out, which I'm sure I did, feel free to comment below what your favorite weight loss food is. And again, if I missed something, feel free to call me out. I'm happy to hear it. There are some more, but I think these are my top 15. So hope you enjoyed. If you did, please feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little bell notification somewhere down there for future videos to get notified when they come out. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk soon.